A West Michigan mom is rewriting the rules when it comes to the state's organ donation process. The State House recently passing her bill banning discrimination in organ transplants based on disability.
News 8's Jacqueline Francis is at the news desk with what's inspiring her fight for change. Jacqueline?
Brian and Sue, this is a story of a mom who would do anything for her kids. So when Lindsay Filsick found out that her daughter could be denied a life-saving organ donation simply because she has Down syndrome, she immediately began fighting for change.
She says, eat.
Just a few days shy of her 3rd birthday, little Ivy has a big personality.
Lots of sass and a very strong will, but she gives the best snuggles.
Ivy also has Down syndrome.
When Ivy was born, it really changed my world quite a bit and opened my eyes to a lot of the discrimination that happens for people with disabilities.
By the time Ivy turned 1, Lindsay Filsick learned her daughter could even face discrimination when it comes to the organ transplant process. After doing some digging, she found that people with a physical or intellectual disability are often denied a spot on a transplant list based on their condition. Even if placed on a wait list, a person could receive lower priority due to their disability.
How does that feel as a mom?
It really hurt knowing that there were people who would find her life not worthy of saving if she were ever in need of an organ transplant. I have 2 typical children, and to know that her life might be categorized differently than theirs is just not okay.
Some healthcare professionals have defended the move, saying people with a disability may have trouble caring for themselves following the transplant, potentially wasting the donation. But as a parent of a child with a disability, there's no excuse. Another West Michigan mom wanting to know why the state hasn't done more to protect kids with Down syndrome or any disability.
And there was like 12 or 13 states that already have this legislature on the books. And so I was just confused, like, why doesn't every state have this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, members of the House Health Policy Committee.
Together, the moms took their fight to Lansing, pushing for legislation that would make it illegal to deny a person of a transplant. Last week, the State House passed the bill with overwhelming support.
I couldn't believe it, like, oh my gosh, our voices were heard and that this did happen.
I feel very relieved knowing that not only Ivy, but every person with a disability in Michigan is now covered under this bill.
Last week, the State House also approved a bill allowing patients with HIV to donate their organs to other HIV-positive patients. Both bills will need to be passed by the Senate and signed by the governor to become law. At the live desk, Jacqueline Francis, News 8.